Speaking of insulting things to watch, Cam, he was still in the same area that we saw him last week. He's missing open plays. It was all over the first half. When he does come to a right decision, he's late with stuff. The interception, the first one, the force was just, a dumb mistake that he just should have quickly. There were really only two options on the play. He just should have went, all right, that's not open. That's not open. I run. And then I don't know what he was trying to do. He could have, if he was going to throw to Myers there, it had to be to the sideline and late, as Myers did put up his hand at one point running across the field. I saw that on the coach's film, but it's the same stuff. He's not trusting his eyes. He is not taking the coaching from the practice field now that he's actually been on it and applying it to the field. You also have mechanical breakdowns, like the out to Jacoby, to Jameer Byrd on third down. That was right there. He doesn't step into it. It's just right now, Cam Newton's a mess. He just is. And I think whatever happened, that the COVID thing, I don't think that he actually had it. He was asymptomatic. I know everybody wants to say, oh, he's in a COVID fog and this and that. Well, first of all, he was doing some of these same things against the Raiders in that win before all of this. Second of all, he didn't have any symptoms. And I don't see any difference in his game. He's still snapping off throws. It's not physical. He's not throwing to his right for the first 2 weeks in a row. I don't know what that's about. But in general, he's just not playing well. And I think the only place Josh McDaniels has to go to start this, and something that he talked about it today, is they just have to find the place that they can execute, that Cam's going to throw it to the right spot.
Yep.
That when they say, all right, Cam, here's what you do, throw it, like there's a bang action to N'Keal Harry or a bang action here. He's got to throw it on bang. He can't wait. He can't look around. He's got to do it, because that's the way the passing game is timed up. And right now he's not doing anything right.
Yeah, I mean, he's not reading the progressions. And the first thing I said to myself after watching that game was, make it as simple as you can. And maybe they've tried to do that, but if they've tried to do that, make it even more simple. If it's, hey, this guy's running the slant, hit him. All right, we're going to run a bubble screen, hit him. Okay, running back screen, hit him. All those simple little out routes, all those little things. If it's dink and dunk for a little while until he gets his confidence, fine. What's really strange, Greg, to me, and I was tweeting this on Sunday, I've watched Cam Newton play for 9 years. I know he's not very good from the pocket. I know he's inaccurate. Aside from 2018 in the first half of that season with North Turner, he's hovered around 60% completion percentage. So he's not a pocket passer extraordinaire. I understand that. I get that. That's already baked in. The issue that I have is this guy doesn't look like he's ever played football. He literally looked like a duck out of water on Sunday. He looked lost. When he could run, he decided to hold on to the football. When he doesn't have to run and has guys wide open, he's trying to run the football after holding on to it for 5 seconds. He looks like he's never played before. It's one of the strangest things. And to me, the ultimate question is this the beginning of the end for this guy? Or is this temporary discomfort with the system and what's going on? Because I don't remember, and maybe you do, I don't remember. And listen, Cam is not a top 5 quarterback, right? He had a top 5 season in 2015 when he won the MVP. But he's been a top 10 to 12 quarterback when he's healthy. So this is either a top 10 to 12 quarterback at 31 years old completely falling off the cliff, or it's temporary discomfort. I don't know which one it is. I'm going to lean towards the latter, because I haven't seen many guys who are considered top 10 quarterbacks fall off the cliff like he would be falling off of it right now at the age of 31.
Yeah, I don't think Nick, I just think we're dealing with a player, and we've seen this whether it's football or other sports. He's gripping the wheel too tight. Like he's pressing, and he even talked about it after the game. He said, it's he used words like it's mental, it's I'm pressing, things like that. He's trying to. He is lost, and he's trying to find something to grab onto. He's second guessing everything that he's doing. Players go through this. I mean, I can't recall Tom Brady ever going through it, and he's probably the exception to the rule. But that's what I see in terms of Cam. I don't think he suddenly, after the Seahawks game, when everybody was talking about like, okay, well, he has he should get a contract extension. He's an MVP candidate, all this stuff. He just didn't fall to bum status. Like,
right.
He's not suddenly Ryan Mallett or anything like that. So they have to figure out, all right, how do we get him back on track? And I think it's some of the things that you mentioned. They're going to have to walk before they can crawl. That's why I think the drives in the second half, before his interception off Edelman's hands, I thought those were really productive drives. And I know some people were like, well, why are they running the ball and doing this? Look, I think Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels knew that the way the defense was playing, they had no chance to win that game. But what they did have a chance to do in the second half was get some momentum going offensively. Like, let's crawl before we can walk. Let's get Damian Harris going. Let's throw some screen passes. Let's do this and that. And I thought it was successful for the most part. I mean, the first drive, they go down, and right up until Cam took a bad sack at the 21. That was a bad sack. They end up having to get a field goal. Then they come back down. They're at the San Francisco 34, and he presses again and sort of has a brain fart. So at least we're talking multiple plays, so they were doing some good things. But I think that's where it starts. And I also think, Nick, what a lot of people aren't considering is that the Patriots just played, or at least Newton just played, 3 teams that are unfamiliar opponents for the Patriots. So he didn't play well against the Raiders, the Broncos, and the 49ers. So those are all uncommon opponents for the Patriots coaches. That's not an excuse, but it's a little bit harder because you don't know them as well to game plan, even though I was a little bit dismayed by the 49ers because it's a similar defense to Seattle, and be that as it may. That's why I think this week against the Bills is so important. Not only is it the Bills, they're getting back into the division, which for everybody associated with the Patriots, it's in their wheelhouse. They own Sean McDermott's Bills. They know exactly what to do. They know Kyle Allen. They know. And here's the other big thing. Sean McDermott was Cam Newton's defensive coordinator in Carolina for 6 seasons. Cam's gone against this defense. He's gone against Josh Norman was his teammate. Like, this is now back home week for the Patriots. So, yes, it's been really crappy up until this point, but it all comes down to the division now. They win this game against a familiar opponent and scheme. They're all of a sudden 1 game back in the loss column. The season is back on. They got the Jets the week after that. All of a sudden you have 2 games. You're building momentum. Yeah, you have Baltimore, but who the hell knows? Stranger things have happened. And now all of a sudden the season is a lot different.